Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
What is going on? Well, my background changed. Hey, Tom, you made it. Good deal. Seems like there's always Zoom updates or something and changing everything up. I don't know, maybe I'm logged into a different account. I don't know. Switch accounts. Let's see. Did that do it? Don't know where my backgrounds went. That is weird. Anybody have that experience? Backgrounds disappear from your Zoom?
No, it's blurry. Mine is blurry. That's all.
Always something different every time you start up there. Uploading, upgrading.
Telling you. Let's see. So what's new out there? Anybody got any big wins going on?
Yeah, 3 sales over the weekend, just kind of crazy.
Nice.
Agents listing houses on Friday. You want to strangle them, but I list mine Sunday night, and they're available Monday for showings. I try to get her done and have a life.
Well, that's good. You've had no inventory, gosh.
No. Working with one of them was my listing, and their house sold, and then I sold them one, of course, in multiples, but they got it after hours of back and forth, and another one in multiples. So
That's good. So did you have to write it all cash or what?
no, just the one they're putting like 40% down conventional, and they just pulled out the appraisal contingency and no inspection and $20,000 earnest money. So
Yeah. Sorry, I'm answering a lot of people.
So are a lot of people on here still having multiple offers and crazy markets like that?
yeah,
That's awesome.
it's way low inventory. Town of 42,000. There's like 8 houses, resale houses for sale.
Okay. It's crazy. Yeah, we're the opposite. We're seeing the swing now to where just in our city we're adding 40 to 80 listings a month, but only 20 are actually coming off the market. So we're starting to grow inventory, seeing all the sellers' concessions come back, all that kind of stuff.
Tom, I just got a text from you said, is it started yet?
All right.
Did you send that a few minutes ago?
Yeah. No, I just get the window that it opens in looks different than the last time I did it, which wasn't that long ago. So I'm always like, am I in the right meeting?
You're in the right place.
Zoom or
Chandra, what's happening, girl? The Mixter, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Wrote some offers over the weekend. Got outbid. Actually, it wasn't even outbid. Had a problem with an agent where we were in a multiple offer scenario, but my clients, they have the ability to do any kind of offer they want, but they wanted to go FHA because they got 3/4 of a percentage in a rate reduction. So we wrote it up with FHA, and even though we were $10,000 higher than the other offer, they went with the other offer because of the, they had a bigger down payment. And I was just like, I think the seller's net is what is important here. And I stressed that, and I had my lender call them, and I think the other agent was just kind of less experienced, and she just wasn't as secure in our FHA loan, even though my clients were only at 50% of their borrowing capacity. They're approved for 1.5 million. We were going for an $850,000 house, and we still didn't get it.
I remember when FHA, the limit was on it like $400,000.
Yeah.
I remember it was 50.
That's crazy.
But no, I would just go in if they qualified conventional. I'd go in, just say conventional. When it's all said and done, then I'd just say, run them concurrently.
Right.
I've had lenders do that, prove them VA, conventional, whatever.
Yeah.
Once the closing's there, the money's there, it's all done. They don't care. So I would, and one thing I've been doing, I haven't, not this last batch, but I will have family members or friend or whatever that my house cash, and I will have them do a cash offer. And then once the agreement's done, I'll just say, would you mind if we run concurrently financing for the buyer? And I said,
Right.
One way or the other, you're going to get paid. Worst case scenario, we do it cash and then they refinance. And most sellers are reasonable. And if you got a good loan officer,
Right.
it's just the kind of it's like a buyer guarantee instead of a seller guarantee.
Right.
So you're just being upfront with them and telling them that you're going to run it both ways.
Yeah. No, and
I think
worst
that's a
case,
good idea.
we got cash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's kind of what we agreed on. I talked to the lender. I go, hey, I said, I just want to know, is it possible that if we can run it as, make our offer as conventional, and then, run both scenarios, and then, of course, we have to get the seller's permission. There's in our state, there's paperwork for that. You have to get the seller to sign off on switching the loan type.
Right.
So
yeah, well, worst case, you do that and you take a higher rate on the conventional, so you get points back, and then you refinance into FHA.
right, exactly. No, but I think that's a good idea. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. God, that's what I love about these mastermind groups. You just hear stuff that other people are doing. I've heard of people, and I've done it myself, where write it one way and you actually do it another way, right? Kind of, that was several years ago. But I think most people are getting more really upfront, and there's probably been some issues throughout the country with people getting in trouble for doing that stuff. So I hear most people just being totally upfront now and doing it, the way it should be done, because if you change it, it causes all kind of problems, and other agents getting upset. But doing it the way you're talking about, Tom, I think that's great. Just being upfront with it, say, hey, we're going to run it both ways. You okay with that? Cool.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you get your money at closing one way or the other,
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah, good. Paul, thank you for doing this for us today. You ready to blow us away with some knowledge?
Absolutely. I'm going to try to blow you away some knowledge, but
All right.
we'll see how it works.
Cool deal.
So,
Trish, how's your $3 million deal going? Any bites on it yet? Man,
Nothing. Not at all.
beautiful little house on got an ocean view.
Yeah. I think at the price that it's at, it's gonna take a little bit, but he's not in a hurry. So I'm trying to come up with other creative ways to get it marketed.
All right. Well, I think this presentation is going to be good for you.
Good.
I had you in mind a little bit with some of the thoughts on here. So
Good.
cool.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah. Alana, is that right? Am I saying that right? You on? I saw you earlier. Had to turn your camera off.
Hi, I did. I'm driving. Sorry, my phone kept dropping when I tried to put it where you could see my face.
No worries. Where are you located?
I am in Georgia.
You
in
work
Southbridge.
with Keisha? Okay.
I do. Yeah, I'm in Keisha's office, one of her agents. She
All
invited
right.
me. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Well, we're glad to have you on.
Thank you.
So Alana's on Keisha's team. So I invited some of the team leaders who have teams to invite their team members on here. So we might have a few extra faces today. But thank you all for being on here. I'm ready to get started if you guys are. It's 10 after, so we can get rolling. I'm excited to show this to you. This is not my idea. Adam, you on here, buddy? There you are. Norvell.
I'm here. Hey, everyone.
Cool. Norvell, what's happening?
Hey, Coach, doing good. How are you doing? Good to be on here.
And I'm doing well. I think you guys are all going to love this. And so glad you got to meet with my buddy, John Derler, my guy I went to high school with, who I played football with. He was a year older than me. He's now a real estate agent in LA, but he was also an actor. And he was on, I mean, he's been in Taxi with Queen Latifah. He was on Castaway with Tom Hanks. He was actually at the dinner table when they were having Thanksgiving dinner, sitting right next to Tom Hanks before he went on the plane and had the crash and all that stuff. I was watching the Super Bowl one time, and it's halftime, and a commercial came on, and I was like, oh, expletive. There's John on the commercial. And it's like a big and tall clothing company. He was on there wearing some of their clothes. I guess he was modeling. Did you have a good time? Did you meeting with John Norvell? We'll talk about it later.
I had a great time. I didn't know he was in coaching. So we talked for about an hour when the open house got slower. And yeah, we're gonna keep in touch. But we had a really good conversation with him. He gave me a lot of insight. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's get going with this thing. If everybody's ready, I just want to be upfront and tell you guys these are not 100% my ideas. These are from Sharon, who I love, I trust. I know I've probably talked to a lot of you about Sharon. A lot of the stuff I teach came from Sharon. Man, the guy's a genius. His name's Sharon Srivatsa. I met him probably 10 or 12 years ago in Tom Ferry. He was one of Tom's private clients. You know, we were probably paying Tom $10,000 a month to be in coaching directly with Tom. But the guy's amazing. At like 14 years old, he was a tennis pro from India. Didn't make it on the tour, but you know, amazing career. Otherwise, graduated MBA from Vanderbilt. Went on and worked for Goldman Sachs. You know, investment banking. Amazing sales career with Goldman Sachs. Then one of his clients, who was the owner of Telus Properties, invited him to be the president and come help him build up this real estate company. He didn't even have a real estate license or anything. Help him build up the real estate company on the West Coast called Telus Properties. And that's what they did. They 10x'd it in just a couple of years. Went from so many agents to so many agents and $1 billion in sales, blah, blah, blah. And then they turned around and sold it for like $86 million. And then he started and sold. He's had several exits, probably like 10 other companies. Most of them have been around real estate now. And when Real invited him to be the president of Real, I said, I'm on board. I'm going. I know Sharon. I've known him for a long time. And the guy's a genius. The stuff he creates. He has an incredible knack of breaking things down and making it just stupid simple to understand. And a lot of the stuff he teaches, it's a lot of stuff I teach are some of the same things he's teaching, but I'm not comparing myself to Sharon at all, because he is a genius. He just makes it really simple for everyone to understand. And that's what I love. And that's where his genius is making things super simple. So we all like simple, right? And we're tired of difficult things in real estate and technology and all that stuff. Big learning curve. And us being so busy in our businesses, it's hard to learn new things and implement. So anyway, that's going to be the goal here for today. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. I'm really excited to show this to you. Again, it's a lot of the stuff that I've been trying to teach you. Maybe I think this will be a little bit more of an easy way to understand. So, all right, let me answer a couple quick texts here. People still trying to get in. I don't have the link. Let's see. Is that it? Was everybody getting the link in the Loom? Tom, was it not in your Loom account? Did you log in and look? Okay,
It didn't work for me the first time.
okay.
I didn't see it in my Illum account. I saw our coaching session, but not the mastermind.
So I had to go
Yeah,
to
the
the
same here.
calendar. And then it shows on the calendar at 9:45. So I was like, well, that's just got to be it. So that's the link that I used to get here.
It showed at 9:45.
I went to the calendar also.
They've been having all kind of problems with the Loom, and on my Loom calendar, it shows every one of you invited, and it was for 9 o'clock Mountain Time, so whatever that is, your time.
I like the text invite with the link.
Okay.
It works well.
Let's see. All right. One more. Sorry, guys.
And it is on my calendar, Ray. It just says 8:45, but that's okay. That's 15 minutes early, so that's all right.
Well, that'd be all right, right?
Yeah, that'd be all right. Better than 7 minutes late.
Hey, Jay, you got on okay? No problems?
Yeah, no problems. I do have some problems with connection, so I disconnect my camera. Maybe that will be better because and it seems to be better now without the camera.
All right. Hope your class goes well. Love you. That's from my wife, not one of my clients. I'm lonely. I dropped her off in Houston for 7.5 weeks for her training for United Airlines flight attendant stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's a long time. Is she coming back and forth, or she's just there the whole 2 months?
I said, that's like going to boot camp, right?
That's a long time. No, boot camp is 2 weeks. This is a long time.
Boot camp for the Army is 8, and boot camp for the Marine Corps
Oh,
is
you're right. No, you're
13.
Right. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
You gotta break them down before they can build them up, right?
Right. But I mean, at least
Let's hope she doesn't have to finish with Crucible, right?
right. A Crucible. Who said that? Was that you, AJ? Do you know about the Crucible?
Yeah, my son is in Marine.
So they actually didn't have the Crucible back when I went through. And that's something that's kind of newer.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had other things, but they didn't call it that. So I'm hoping Tammy will get on. Oh, Tammy, there you are. You get on through the link, Tammy? That through the email? Yes, okay. All right, so here we go. Let's get started in. So everybody right now, answer me this. Oh, well, let me share my screen. I would like to know, and I kind of know from each one of you individually, but I want everyone to kind of share. Oh, hey, by the way, did you guys saw the post from my friend who used to be in my mastermind group, Vikram Doyle, who, did you read that long post of his about being lonely and team leader and crying and all that? What'd you think? Anybody not read that?
No, I read it.
haven't
It-
seen it.
No, it resonated with a lot of what I've been through and going through. So it's nice to know, you're normal, not the only one. And, that there's still opportunity and you're going to come out the other side. And I don't know, just you're not alone. So
Absolutely. Man, you get caught up in this ecosystem and world, comparing yourself to other agents. Don't do it. I've talked to, I know a lot of you about that. And a lot of you say, man, I feel like a failure. It ain't all that it made out to be when they're up on stage. I promise you. Can't say that enough. So don't, I thought that was pretty cool. And And Dan, you said that well, timely. Thanks for sharing. That was good. So if you haven't read that on the mastermind page, go read that from a buddy of mine who was in my mastermind group for a little while. His name is Vikram Doyle. I believe he's in LA area. Can't remember now. That was like 7 or 8 years ago. So right now, are you guys, tell me where you are in your business? You're a little bit behind, on track, a little ahead, your goals for the year. Put it in the chat if you don't want to speak up.
I'm behind.
We're behind.
Little behind, okay.
Little
We're a little
behind.
too.
Way behind.
Way behind. All right. Well, good, but not good, but good, right? Maybe this is going to help.
Maybe that's because we all set really high stretch goals to stretch us to get there. So
Okay. All right. Good. So I'm going to do my best to kind of mark on this, and we'll see how it works. I've never really done this. Okay, 1, 2, or 3. All right. So we're going to make a map today, treasure map to get to the money. That's where we're going to, that's going to be the goal. I want to give you this plan. And again, some of the stuff we've talked about before, I know you've all heard a lot of it, like my deal of the week, the investor pick, the luxury pick. We're going to talk some similar things to that, but Sharon breaks it down in a bit different way. So interesting. I think both methods are good and can be used for certain things, but so that's going to be the goal for today. We're going to talk about diagnosing your business, where you are strong, where you're weak, and then we're going to work on the actual money map and show you what that is. And then we're going to go over some actual proven tactics. We might even do a live example here while we're on the call if we have time. So those are going to be the 3 big ideas here. All right, so diagnosing your business. So the way Sharon breaks this down, this is something new to me, but I loved it and I wanted to share it with you guys. So again, these are not my concepts. I just love the way Sharon talks about it. So 3 types of businesses. That's supposed to be a 1, not an arrow. Number 1 is now business. Oops. How can I write? So that's now. Number 2 is a referral business model. Referral. That's not working. There it goes. Of course, got white ink. And number 3 is a pipeline business model. I need to get better at this. So what do you have? A referral business, pipeline business? The goal would be to get to a pipeline business, right? This is really ugly. Referral. So right now business would be what most of us probably do. You're making phone calls, you're doing your 554s, you're sending out text messages, you're doing expired FSBOs, open houses, that kind of thing. Takes a lot of effort to do now business. Does that make sense? Everybody following me?
Yes.
It takes a lot of effort to do now business, right? Referral business is going to be something more like maybe your past clients. And SOI, maybe agent to agent referral, that kind of thing. A little bit better of a business model. And Sharon said this beautifully. If you are one of those that says, I only do work by referral only, Sharon says, well, you're going to be freaking broke for the rest of your life. It's just not sustainable to make a significant amount of money. You can make maybe a little bit or maybe enough to sustain your lifestyle if that's all you want. But I would hope that the goal here would be for everyone to change the money plan for your family. So everybody on track with me here. So past clients, agent to agent referrals, working a referral type of business. A pipeline business would be something where you actually have a CRM and you're building systems. You're putting in leads into the CRM, into the funnel, and money is coming out at the bottom. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I do. Money down at the bottom. All right. Really love to have been able to write on here freehand. Okay, so 1, 2, or 3, and really, you need to have all three to have a proper functioning business that's you're covered on all sides, right? We're good. Clear on this concept? All right, let's keep moving. So then Sharon talks about something else, the 10-10-40-40 rule. This is 10%, 10%, 40%, and 40%. And you can't change this. You might say, so this is now business. This one is not now. So 10% are ready to work with you right now. 10% are not, they're never going to work with you. Sorry, this should be like this. 10% are never going to work with you. 10% will work with you right now. 10% will never work with you. And the other 40%, these people probably need like education. And these other people here need time. They're just not ready yet. And, you may say my business is a little bit different, but this is the law of large numbers. We can't change the law of large numbers throughout the whole country. You can't change this. 10, 10, 40, 40. It's just how it works. So most of us all work on the now business, right? You get a lead from OpCity, you get a lead from Zillow, whatever. If they're ready to go right now, they're great. If you work with them, you close them, deal done. But if they're not ready to go with them right now, what do most of us do? We say, oh, these OpCity leads suck. Well, they're just not ready to go. They're not ready to go now. They're ready. Most likely it's going to be later on. They need education. They need time. They're just not ready right now. 10% you're going to repulse. They're not going to want to work with you because of whatever reasons, right? It could be personality, disc profile. You're just way different. And that's okay. We can deal with that. But so what is bigger though? The now or the not now? The not now is a lot bigger. That's where the money is. The money is in the not now business. We all tracking still? Is this making sense? I'm sorry, it's going too slow because I can't write on this thing. Thought it was going to go better. So what we're going to break down today is the formula for this 80% right here. That's going to help you convert that. All right. So this is the 5-star prospect formula. So what Sharon recommends and what I recommend is that everybody in your database, this should be a new tagging system or a new way to track each one of your clients. So the goal should be to get people to a 5-star prospect. Those are the people who are going to be ready to close and ready to work with you right now. So we want to move people through this little system. So here, all we have is someone who is a 0-star prospect. All you have is a name. What we want to do is get them to just respond. That's it. If we can get them to respond, then they can come over here and we can have someone who is willing to engage with us. That would be a 1-star prospect. So again, so the goal of a brand new client, we want to get their name, and then all we want to do is get them to respond somehow, some way. If we can get them to respond, then what we want to do is see if we can get them to engage with us. Because then all we're trying to do is find out, are they cool or not? And if we think they're cool, we want to work with them, then we're going to move them to here. And here, are they going to be friendly and collaborative? And if they're friendly and collaborative, then we're going to be able to give them some options, right? Like, what do they want? Are they a buyer or a seller? Then if we find out about that, we want to move them to a 3-star. And again, then we'll know what they want. If we know what they want, then we can find out what we want to have here is the timeline. Oops. We'll know their timeline if they've been friendly and collaborative, we're talking to them, we've given them options. Now we will know what their timeline is. Then we can move them from to here to be a 4-star. We'll know when they want to do it once we find out their timeline. And then our goal is going to be to get them to agree to work with us. And when they agree to work with us, then we will make money. So all your prospects, number 1, then a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. So again, the goal is to just get them to respond. Then once they respond, we want to find out, are they cool? Then are they friendly and collaborative? Then we want to give them some options to find out if they want to be, are they a buyer or seller? Find out what they want. Then we'll know their timeline. When we know their timeline, we will know when, and then do they agree to work with us? If they will work with us, then we'll eventually get money. So once a client closes, we're going to mark them as a 5-star client and move on. So making sense so far? Anything kind of resonated with you guys? Give me some feedback. What's resonating?
I
Yeah.
like that, from a pipeline approach. We're working with the people's names that we have in our CRM and we're actively identifying where they are. Which means that, day by day or week by week, we can have a game plan. We can pull up the 1-star people and say, can we learn what we need to do in this stage with these people to move them to 2-star? We can work with the 2-star people on Tuesday. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
can set up a
absolutely.
game plan and say, what can I actively do with this group to move them to this group? And of course, some of them will, and probably most of them won't right now, but eventually some will.
Yep. Perfect. Thanks, Dan. All the brand new person into our database, all their goal should be just to get them to respond. That's it. Once they respond, then we want to get them to just engage and then find out, are they cool or not? Then right on down the line, that should be the steps. Okay. Who's ready to build this out?
And then I wanted to say something. So once they get to the 5-star, hi, everybody. Once they get to the 5-star and they close, then they go to a different type of pipeline, because then they'll become a past client and then the circle starts again. Kind of.
Correct. Yeah. Then we have a lifetime nurture going on, and we can do that in several different ways. Thanks for bringing that up. We're going to go over that here in just a second. How are you, Christy?
I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So any other thoughts? Does that make sense? We're all good. So now we're going to build your money map. All right. So here is what we need to build a money map. First off, we want to have, if you do this, you will fix your business. I promise you. Kristen, talking to you. So we want to have, this is the money map. This is the blueprint to just printing money. You fix this, you will fix your business. Number one, we want to have the channel that is a scalable medium to be able to talk to the people in the world. Okay. That could be like Instagram. That would be one channel. Say Instagram. We could say we could be Facebook ads. Over here we could have like open houses. So these are all ways we can talk to the world, right? This is our channel. And there's lots of them. These are just some examples. The hook is what we need. Second, you could have the hook is how we're going to get attention and get people to raise their hand, give us some information. What's our hook? That could be like we have an IDX website. Like Brivity, like Sierra Interactive, Real Geeks, Boomtown, any of the websites out there. We can drive people to that, get them to register. That's going to be the hook to get them in. We could have buyer and seller guides. By the way, anybody here do Keeping Current Matters? They just came out with their new buyer and seller guides for the quarter. If you don't have one, let me know. I'll send you mine. You rip off and duplicate it. Anybody familiar with the buyer guide? Does anybody do buyer guides right now? Buyer seller guides? It's kind of the lead generation magnet.
Yes, we do both of them. And we put them on everything, business cards, anything has a QR code to a link to it. Anybody that registers on our website gets a buyer guide or a seller guide, depending on where they came in through. So it's our first giveaway type of hook.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly right. So this third one could be like Let's see, where'd she go? Trish. This could be your Facebook group for La Jolla. La Jolla. She's got a great Facebook group. If you don't know. How many people are in that? Trish?
About 9,000.
9,000 people in her Facebook group. And it's mostly just for like open houses for rental properties and things. But she's got a huge audience there. So people. And she controls it. So she doesn't let anybody, any other real estate agent post on there. You little Nazi you. All right. So that's the hook. So the next thing we need in our business is the mechanism. To convert from prospects to a client. So some of the things we could have would be like 15-minute call. Anybody had to reschedule a coaching call with me? You go to my little calendar and you pick a time. You could set something up like that. Schedule a 15-minute call with me, free consultation. You could do another idea would be to do like coffee meetings. Another one could be to go actually see houses. So envision it like click here to schedule a private tour of a house. Click here to schedule a coffee meeting. Click here to do a 15-minute call with me. So again, that's the third step in this money map. And so the last one is a lifetime nurture. So we've talked a lot about that, I know, with like my luxury pick and investor pick of the week. I know I've talked to all of you about that, right? Anybody not familiar with that except for maybe Alana? And Alana might even know. Keisha's probably talked to you about it. Everybody familiar with the investor and luxury pick? Yes, no? Okay, good. So you might have like an ISA here, Kristen. Could be one way for a lifetime nurture. The ISA makes phone calls to everybody in your database, all your past clients and sphere of influence. And hey, this is something too I just learned from Sharon. He says, stop calling them past clients. Past clients is a transactional mindset. Call them your private clients. You can still say PC and SOI, but call them a private client. That's more of a long-term client. Lifetime client is a private client, not a past client. Past client means they were your client before, and now they're not. Now that makes sense. Another lifetime nurture could be you sending email. You've got drips. I think you all know how I hate those, but if you do it right, it can be good. And then the last one can be events. I know a lot of you do private client SOI events. Thanksgiving pie giveaway, pictures with the Easter bunny, any of that kind of stuff. So these are all ways to do a lifetime nurture. Everybody tracking so far? Give me a thumbs up.
What was your ISA? Ray?
They could be making phone calls to everybody in your database to a lifetime nurture. Inside sales associate. I'm sorry, Dan. Where you have someone on your team who is just a telemarketer. Everybody, any other questions? Thanks, Dan. Sorry, I just assumed everybody knew that one, I guess. And I don't know why. That's my fault. Not everybody has an ISA for sure.
Now I do.
All right. Everybody clear on that? Does that make sense? So what you want to have is you want to have one of these things in every category. Let's say you run Facebook ads. Okay. And you run the Facebook ads and you offer them a buyer guide. Okay. And then from that buyer guide, they can schedule a 15-minute call with you, something like that. All right. And then once they have that 15-minute call, then maybe they go to the ISA for this lifetime nurture. That's where we're going to cover that 80%. Remember the 10-10-40-40 rule? This is where we're going to cover that 80%. If you have all this in your business. I'm guilty of this. That's why this session resonated well with me, because I have a lifetime nurture. I think I was missing this. What were you guys missing? Right. I know how to run Facebook ads. We all do open houses. But what part of this money map have you guys been missing? But if you fix this, and if you really, ultimately what we'd like to have, we would like to have several channels. We want to have several hooks, several mechanisms, and several ways to lifetime nurture people. You can go here to here, here to here, and here to here, or you can go here to here, here to here. It doesn't matter which way you go. You just want to have something that works, and not all lifetime nurtures are going to work for every one of the mechanisms, right? So that's why the more options we have for each one of these categories, each one of these four, we will the better off we will be. What have you guys been missing? Norville?
In the lifetime nurture, it's always been me calling them once a quarter, twice a year. But we started the drip campaign so we would have something, which it's not the best, but we did that, and we're starting the events. So that's some ideas. I'd love at a later date to hear from the group of what kind of events y'all do, y'all have success from, but that's where we've kind of dropped the ball. We have a lot of that funnel coming in, but how do you keep them in the pipeline for 2, 3, 4 years?
And if you know much about me, and you all should, but I am all about high leverage activities, because you can do it all. Kristen, I know you girls are tired. You're doing it all. Running around chicken with your head cut off. That's because we're all doing all these different things. We got to have leverage. So what else? Thanks, Paul. What other gaps in your businesses do you see? A lot of people is just starting at the beginning, and what do I do? How do I do open houses? It's generating the initial lead, right? Do you all have a website? Do you have a buyer guide? Do you have a La Jolla Facebook page?
I think for me personally, I'm missing the hook. Like I come across a lot of people and I just don't know how to hook them. And
So you've got a hook, right? Your Facebook page, your group,
well,
but it
have
doesn't work for everybody. It
Yeah.
doesn't work for all of you. You don't want to, I guess you wouldn't run an Instagram ad and
No.
send it to your La Jolla page, right?
Yeah. Like I put my listing in there and it has an apartment attached to it, and they're like, I'll take the apartment.
Right.
So yeah, I love the buyer and seller guide idea. I don't have that, and I would love to get that from you. And then the other thing I have that I use is the home value. Like, want to know the value of your home?
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
And I use HomeBot for that.
Good. Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a better one to use that. I
No,
do a lot
HomeBot's
of
awesome.
activity.
That's a good
I
one.
get a lot of activity on HomeBot, and a lot of my clients, I can see that they're looking at it once, twice, 3 times a month,
Yeah. So HomeBot would be in here with your hook, right? And then what's the mechanism to convert them, right? Because we can put people into our HomeBot all day long, but then how do we convert them?
Yeah.
We'll schedule, have them, reach out to them and offer a 15-minute coffee meeting.
Yeah. Well, I have had them reach out to me and ask me for an actual CMA because of the numbers they're getting from HomeBot, which is good.
So did you have that as an offer, or they just happened to do it?
No. It says it's on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then if they're not ready yet, how do you nurture them, right? You probably worked that lead.
Yeah.
And you realize, okay, they weren't ready to work with me. They need something else.
And
I
then
know
I
everybody
forget about
loves you. Then they're not in that 10% because they all love you.
But the problem is I forget about them because I don't have systems. I don't like set them up in the CRM to remind me to call them or text them or whatever. So I forget about them. And then 2 months later, I'm like, oh shit, whatever happened to this person? And then I go back and I call them, you know?
And they
So I
bought from somebody else.
definitely need better system.
Yeah. So that lifetime nurture.
Mhm.
Perfect. Great example. Anybody else? Any thoughts? I have agents tell me all the time, right? Ray, just get me in front of people and I am freaking awesome. I just need to get in front of people. Well, you're awesome in front of people, but the rest of your business sucks. Right? You might be good when you actually have the mechanism to chat with them, but you don't have a hook, you don't have a channel, and you definitely don't have a lifetime nurture. I hear that a lot from people. And I am just as guilty. Hopefully it's just kind of breaking it down. Is this making sense? Give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Cool. I mean, I definitely saw where my money map is broken. I could definitely beef it up better too. Having more hooks, more lifetime nurtures, right? More events, more definitely getting leverage for your investor pick, luxury pick of the week, something like that. Good. All right. So, I've got a blank one here. I can share these to you guys. That way you can start drawing on this, writing it out, building out your money map. So let's talk about some actual proven tactics. Let's say, I think we might do something here live. Let's do Instagram. And has anyone ever heard of ManyChat? ManyChat? Nobody? None of you have heard of ManyChat? It's automation that works for Facebook, Instagram, through the chatting feature, through the direct messaging. It's scary how, you know how you can see when someone's chatting, when they're typing, if you're having a conversation, you start, oh, it's pretty wild. And I'll walk you guys through an example of that right here in just a second. So, let's say Instagram is free, right? So let's talk about some organic Instagram traffic as being a channel. Let's use that as an example. And then we're going to do for the hook, we're going to have them DM a word to you. And then your automation is going to kick in and keep moving them along the funnel. Okay. So again, Kristen, you can do Facebook or Instagram videos every single day. And the rest of your funnel is already taken care of. All you have to do is do your videos. Because you got the hook and the mechanism and the lifetime nurture all in place. If you love doing videos, just keep doing videos because you got this other stuff all set up. All right, so we're going to walk through that. And then we're going to go to maybe direct message to a Zoom meeting. And then we're going to put them into the deal of the week. And Sharon teaches this slightly different than the way I teach it. I think we use them in a slightly different way. And we'll walk through that. We're going to go from here to here, and from here to here, and then here to here. We good? Everybody tracking with me? Give me a thumbs up. We're all good. Chandra, you good? I didn't see your thumb. You're right in front of me, front and center, so I can tell what you're doing. Just kidding. All right. Sound good? You want to walk through this? Let's see. I'm going to show you. So this is Sharon's Instagram. he has like, all he does is videos all the time, right? But he's got this other automation in place. And I think we're going to walk through an example. I'm going to do this, but you see right here is his, where'd it go? He's offering the Top Agent Power Pack. So it says DM the word agent to him, and you will get his Top Agent Power Pack filled with training. So let me, I know you guys can't see my page right now, but we're going to walk through a live. You guys want to do this? It's cool. I'm just going too slow. Would you like to see Manny chat in action? Okay. Uh-oh, mouse battery's getting low. Yeah, you should be seeing my Instagram here now. Right. What did it say? DM the word agent. Do that. Hey, let me grab the link to the free Top Agent Power Pack for you. One sec. Oh, it's no longer available. Huh. He must have changed up his that's what it said on the profile, didn't it?
It's still there. If you click on the link.
You can get all this free stuff here, but anyway, it's really amazing how ManyChats works. It's very simple to set up too. Very easy workflow. You can if you I've done this before with some SEO people. They were saying, sign up for this, and I'll send you this, and you can see the little dots like they're typing. You can even set it to wait 45 seconds and then respond, or wait 4 minutes and then respond. And you can just, it looks like you're talking to somebody. It's pretty cool. You can even do if this, then that, if someone says this, then send them this. If not, then wait 30 seconds and send this. It's cool. But by the way, go here and sign up for all this stuff with Sharon. You'll see a lot of his different kind of things in action. So ManyChat, there is a free version of it too. I went on this morning. It's been a while since I've looked at it, but you can get a free version. It'll let you nurture 1,000 people for free. Then it goes to $15, and then that's probably going to be all that any of us would ever need. So check that out. It's really cool. I think it is very, very easy to build out too. If you need help with it, just let me know. So somebody will help. All right, let's get back to the presentation. So that's one way to do it. One way to get someone in to your funnel, to your money map. All right. So his automation kicks in. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Here's a direct link to his 7 modules, totally free. My gift to you. So again, that's just his way. So he's doing recruiting for real. That's his job right now, is to build up real. So that's how he's getting people into his money map. All right, so then from there, what we need is a simple squeeze page. Who here is doing the geographic farming that I teach? Okay, so you got a simple squeeze page right there, right? Your Google Doc landing page. It's free if you have Google. But so what we're going to drive them to that squeeze page. So when you click on that link from Sharon, it's going to land on his page here, and he's just asking for First name, last name, email address, then get the power pack. Super simple. You want to do a buyer guide? Here's an example from Leo Chin Real Estate Group. Sign up to get their buyer guide. Again, just name, email, submit. Keep it simple. You don't want to ask a million questions. We're not trying to qualify these people. We're trying to get the 0-star prospect, just a name. All right.
I have a quick question on that, right?
Yep.
So it's, DM me guide, right? So they, or home value or whatever.
You can make it whatever you want.
And then it's going to message them back, DM them back the link. The link then goes to your Google Squeeze page. And that's where you get their email or their home. Say it's a value, you're going to get their home address and an email to send it to. And then you send them the actual information. It's not like the information is automated. Unless maybe you could do it with a buyer's guide, but am I following that?
You could, absolutely.
Okay.
And through Facebook, right? It's been a while since I've run a Facebook ad too, right? You could actually automatically get all their information from Facebook too. But you get the process, right? You want to get their information. When they opt in, they're going to get put into your funnel, your CRM, whatever it is. Most websites now, I know Brivity, most of the good websites, you can use their landing pages too, instead of doing a Google Doc, free one. That way they go automatically into your CRM. One less step for you.
Ray, I think there's been an aha moment here at my desk. It seems like as I'm thinking about marketing, I'm focused on getting 5-star clients. And if I'm not getting 5 stars right away, then something's broken, right? And I got to find something else. I need to get a different channel that's going to get me 5 stars. But if I can change my perspective, is that I'm trying to get 0 stars. And then I've got a process to move them, the willing down to 5 stars. That changes my mindset. I think that helps me daily. Yeah.
The hallelujah moment. Good. Thanks, Dan. Anybody else get that too? Cool. That's what I want. Cool. Doesn't matter what star they are in the beginning, right? Now you've got a system for it all. Just fix those 4 things. All right. So Sharon talks about a super easy webinar you can create. And has anybody ever done a webinar? I know, Paul, you've tried them, right? You might do Keisha's into first time home buyer stuff and some investor webinars. We think what happens is we usually stop because we get too stressed out about it. We're trying to make fancy slides. We have a big, plan the big launch and then deliver this super pretty presentation prepared. Stop worrying about that. He says the best webinars, the best things are all the more professional it looks, the more it looks like marketing. Same with our emails. The more pretty photos and HTML and all that crap we have in there, the more it goes to spam, the more people tune it out. You want super simple text messages, text email messages with no HTML in there, no photos, nothing. Fewer
Ray.
links, the better.
Ray,
Yes.
we actually did a Facebook Live that we promoted, and it was not real estate related. It was actually Luca and I teaching people how to make pasta.
Probably
And
get
it's
better engagement.
hilarious. We got so many people that were interested and so many people that showed up, and they were making it in their homes as well. It was the best thing we ever did. So you can get engagement, and then just people will contact you afterwards or remember you or whatever. You know what I mean? It was just a silly thing that worked out really well.
So that's great. So that so you had a lot of traffic.
Yeah,
So
a lot.
you had a good channel.
Yeah.
If somehow you could have worked in a little call to action, your hook in there, right? You could have captured more people who may have had an interest in something, and then schedule a showing with them or do a coffee meeting or something, and then put them into your lifetime nurture. That's fantastic, Trish. It doesn't matter, right, how you get them.
Yeah.
Just capture their information. That's awesome. Her husband is Italian, and they go to Italy every year for 2 or 3 months, whatever. So that's perfect. Use what you got. Use your husbands. All right, that's a good example. So again, the emails, the more plain text HTML, promise you. And we're going to go through an example of an email to do for Sharon's his deal of the week. He does it a little bit different than I do. All right. So he says he had a picture of a tired, lazy dog here because, and he's going to show us how to do this. He said, why am I showing you how to do this? Because you won't do it. Why we give away this stuff? Because nobody's going to do it anyway. I said, that's all right, Dan, right? Because we can't all be top producers. Are you going to do it or not? The difference between success and not success is implementation. Doesn't have to be perfect. Version 1 is better than version none. Get it out there, get it going. Okay. So I'll text email to your entire database once a week. And all text email, meaning no HTML, no photos, no links. That's the way Sharon teaches us. Again, slightly different than the way I do it. I think his method is, I don't know if it's better than mine. It's just slightly different, and I'll show you. So here's the subject line, and Trish, here you go for your house. Where'd you go? She leave?
Yeah, she typed in chat. She just had to leave.
Oh God, I'm about to give her an example. So she's in the San Diego area, but so here's the actual email you send. Here's the subject line: San Diego deal of the week, Laguna Beach deal of the week, Salt Lake City deal of the week. There you go, Dan. Salt Lake City deal of the week. All right, here's the content and the structure. This week's deal of the week is a cottage in Laguna that will go fast. Then you want to add 2 bullet points about the house, 2 bullet points about the neighborhood, and 2 bullet points about what you like about it. Do not copy and paste what you can get off of Zillow or anything from the MLS. That's why these things are effective and good, is because you're adding your opinion and value. So again, there's no address here. This is Sharon's method, which is slightly different from mine. There's no address here. There's no link. There's no photo. So you don't have to get anybody's permission. Nobody knows which property you're actually talking about. Now, we want to have a real property, right? You're on the up and up. But you got the price in bold. And then the call to action is different from my call to action. His call to action, if you're interested, just reply and I will get you all the details. That's it. So people don't unsubscribe from this because they feel like they are they're having access to something that's special, and you are offering your opinion in those bullet points, and it's not, because they can get that stuff on Zillow or a million other websites, right? If you're just copying and pasting, the property description or something from the MLS or stats or whatever. This home boasts 3 beautiful bedrooms with vaulted ceilings. Nobody cares. My method is slightly different, where I put in 1 photo, right, and the link to your website to the specific property. Yes, you probably need permission, or you can just ask for forgiveness. However you want to do it. Then they go to your website, and after they looked at a couple of photos, generates a lead. They have to log in, blah, blah, blah. So, and then the call to action on the way I do it is, do you know of someone who should be receiving this email? Reply here with their contact information, and I will be sure and add them to the list. I want people, the way I do it is I want people thinking about, when they hear someone at church or at work talking about investing in real estate, oh, my real estate agent, Shelley, sends out an investor pick of the week every week. I'll get them to add you to that list. But that's another way to grow your list. Sharon's system here, he's trying to get them to respond to you to maybe be interested in that house. So he's getting someone to raise their hand because there's no details about the house. There's no pictures, no photos, no link. So if they're interested in buying it, they would respond. So here's his actual email. An example. This week's deal of the week is in Mission Beach. So there's a subject line. The bullet points. If you're interested, just reply and I will get you all the details. That's it. When's the best time to send this out? Come on. Somebody knows this. I know. Not you, Paul. Don't answer.
Tuesday and Thursday.
All right.
1 p.m.
All right. Good.
After lunch. After lunch.
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, either one, any of those. Perfect. I was going to be upset if somebody didn't answer. All right. So no treasure map and you've got no money. No treasure map, no treasure, no money map, no money. Okay. All right. I'm going to share this slide presentation to everybody on the Facebook group. That way you'll have this, you'll have the blank one, and you can start filling that out, working on it on your own. So again, what we went over was the business diagnostics. Where are we lacking? Where are you lacking in your business? Then the money map and some proven tactics to get that done. What's one thing that you're going to upgrade and you're committed to working on? Talk to me.
I am going to implement, I've already texted my director of operations, aka my wife, and my buyer's agent about starting the investor in Lex pick of the week and adding the 15-minute call, because we invite them to coffee, but if they had another option, the 15-minute call would be great. And then events, like we started doing the estate planning seminar, but I want to do an event that actually is just for the pleasure and appreciation of our clients, friends, and family. So that's what we're going to integrate before the end of the year.
Perfect. Manicure pedicure party. That was my team's favorite one. We did 2 days before Valentine's Day, manicure pedicure party. Had a lender and title company help pay for almost all of it. The guys on my team, we were pouring champagne and we had chocolate dipped strawberries that we were kind of serving them. And it was a great time for getting video testimonials, because they're like, oh yeah, the Dallas Lux Homes was so great. We loved working with them,
Right. Good idea.
Lifetime nurture events. So be consistent. I know Tom, as you do the Christmas tree thing, that's so cool. What else are you committed to? Norvell, what'd you get?
I think I need to create a hook. A hook. You've helped me with the lifetime nurture through the spear and gear things we're going over, but I see like a hook missing in my business to get people to like raise their hand, and that's what I like to work on.
Cool. Any ideas on that so far? What do you like?
I like the buyer guide idea. So buyer or seller guide. And so I'm gonna look into keeping current matters. And I still kind of figuring out what I'm gonna do with my website. I'm not really utilizing it like I should. And I figured out some stuff we talked about before, but there's still a lot of work I need to do on that.
Oh, all right. Good deal. I'd love to brainstorm these ideas with any of you on our calls, or shoot, post them in the Facebook group, and you guys brainstorm them all the time. Cool. What else? Chandra, what'd you see?
I agree with Norvell here. Like the hook is what I think I'm lacking right now. I kind of do all of this stuff kind of scattered all over the place. But I like seeing this organized in front of me so that I can organize my week better based around this table.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, so what I see, right, is the more, you have 4 or 5 different channels, 3 or 4 hooks, 3 or 4 mechanisms, 3 or 4 lifetime nurture things, man, you got a business, right? No matter what you're doing, you always have a hook, you always have a mechanism, you always have a nurture for it. Kind of makes it simple, right? Doesn't it seem simple if you just put these things into place? If you're at church talking to someone, sitting around having coffee before service starts, you could just say, oh, you know what? Well, I do an investor and a luxury pick of the week every week. Would you like for me to add you to that list? Now you've got a reason to grab their information. Kristen, what do you think? Did you have to jump off?
I just came back, so I don't know. I was gone for about 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, we were just talking about what resonated. What do you think were the gaps in your business? What do you want to implement?
Yeah. Honestly, I think different things at different times in terms of gaps. We've never really mastered like the mechanism component. So there just frequently is a lot of noise, a lot of like texting back and forth. We haven't successfully had people go to like a Calendly kind of thing.
Good. Yeah, Calendly is a really easy one to implement. Some of the websites have them now. Chime, which is what I currently use, that link I usually send you. Well, I recently changed from my Zoho CRM had a calendar, and now my Chime website has one too. That's what I've been using lately. Whenever we need to reschedule our call, I send you the link to my Chime calendar. And it looks at all my other calendars, my Tom Ferry calendar, my 5280 Living channel calendar, and my personal calendar. And it matches up times that I'm available. So there's all kind of settings in those calendars. Very inexpensive too. Good. Who else hasn't talked yet? Brandon, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, this is going to be right up your alley, man. Tech guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've used Calendly in the past. I need to kind of re-implement that with the hooks and kind of like the offer process. Put that link out there. And also I want to do the investor pick of the week and the luxury pick of the week. We're starting to see some more inventory come on that kind of falls into that investor side of things. For a while, we just didn't have anything. So those are a couple of things that I'm trying to implement.
Good. Yeah, I know these things take a little bit of time, right? I think that's most of our reasons for not doing the investor or luxury pick. But hopefully this is opening your mind to seeing why it's so important. It doesn't take that much time. It takes a little bit. I know we're all super busy already. This is one more thing, Ray. But golly, this is a lifetime nurture for everyone in your database. You could have 100 people in your database. You can have 10,000 people. And you just do this one thing, or even have a VA do it. You can teach somebody how to do this. High leverage. Cool. Any other thoughts? So my homework is to share this presentation. And then I'll share buyer seller guides from Keeping Current Matters. Anything else?
The only thing I would mention, Ray, is this is not a new revelation. It's a continuing revelation. So I met with a top producing broker some years ago, and she laid out her whole business plan to a group meeting. And somebody in the meeting raised their hand and said, "Why would you share your business plan?" And she had 3 answers. She said, number one, nothing you can do will dent my business plan because I work with my database. These are my private clients. So if you do everything I just showed you, it won't impact me at all. Then she said, the second answer was, because there's so much business out there. There's business enough for everybody. And her third answer, which, you know, you repeated during this one, was none of you are going to do it anyway. That really impacted me. And, you know, as I catch myself going through the years not doing it anyway, it's incriminating that I should have that up on my wall in a big bold poster. You won't do it anyway. It's kind of a negative affirmation. So maybe that's why I don't put it up there, but it's also a bold challenge, right? Today, will you do it?
Kind of a challenge to your ego, huh? I like it. That's cool. Mr. Wright, what are you going to implement?
Gonna do the emails. Gonna get those going right away. It's just pretty straightforward and simple and just, I don't know, to get over the anxiety of picking which house to do it, I guess. It's just kind of, you know, in our market, they sell so doggone quick, but you know, maybe that's good. They just send them out one and they respond and say, oh, that one's already gone. You know, we gotta have a little tighter simpatico here and get going. So yeah, I just, you know, get over myself and whatever and just do it.
Are you going to do like Sharon's version of the pick of the week, or are you going to do like an investor luxury pick of the week?
Probably the pick of the week to start with. I don't know if you, I mean, you wouldn't send 3 emails a week, would you?
No, I think either one is fine. And you got a big database, a lot of emails, right? In your CRM.
Yeah, about 3,800 emails.
Yeah, cool. That'd be really good.
Again, doesn't that kind of come back to which is the best one? The one you use?
Yeah.
The best CRM or the best
Fill
email.
in the blank. What's the best
pick of the week,
channel?
yeah.
The one you use. What's the best hook? The one you use.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
cool. Alana, did you get anything today? All that? All right. Well, Keisha, you on? Candace, anybody want to talk? Tell us your revelation. All right, we will move on to Mr. Fritz. Tell us what's working for you. Show us how you are getting all that business and with your taxes.
Okay, I will run through it. If you don't need me to slow down or stop or have questions, just ask. Let me see here about sharing my screen. Okay, so it's turned on for me. Good. So in years past, we would always send out the email, hey, do your homestead. If you've gotten your tax assessed value, let me know. If it's too high, we'll dispute it, yada, yada, yada. Texas changed 2 years ago when you could file homestead, so that kind of went away. This year, what we did was when we got our notice of assessed value in the mail, I just did a quick video that we put on my Facebook page, our team Facebook page, our neighborhood Facebook page, and just said, hey, I held it up. We got our assessed value. Here's what it says online. Here's what it says on the paper. Here's what I feel about it. Let me know, if you need help with yours. So we started the video there and posted it everywhere so that people would start responding. So they would DM me, they would text me, and then we sent out our email as well. Hey, you should have received to our CRM, our database, you should have received your home value. Let me know if the numbers look funny and we can help you dispute whatever you want to do. So I'm going to walk you through from that point of getting the response, what happens next. So when they send the response in, we want to verify the home information, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, year built. And it's usually an easy question of, hey, the CAD has it listed as this. Is that correct? They say yes. great, we're working on it now. What's the best email address to send that to you? So once we have that information, let me try to share my screen. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Is it working? Okay. The first thing that we do is I would go to the Ellis County, well, for me, it's Ellis County, but whatever, the appraisal district. We'll use my house for this one, just so that we're not putting people's information out there. Going to do the property search, address, pull up the house. So I look through. Sorry, I'm having to move. I'm on a MacBook Air, so it's a small screen. I got to move y'all around. So we make sure that that's the house that people own it. Do they have homestead, or do they have any other exemptions? If not, they need those. We're going to let them know about it. We come through, look at the appraised value, the net appraised, what the adjustments are. And then I print to a PDF this page, because I'm going to send it to them later with my email explanation. So it's pretty simple. You're just going to print, see how fast it goes.
Hey, Paul, do you have the video example to show us?
I can send it. It's in Facebook. I can download it and get that.
Could you? How long is it? Could you play it?
Maybe it's less. It's a minute 90. I just have to go find it. But yeah,
I'd like to see it. Anybody else want to see it? That's your hook right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I had this pulled up earlier, but I had to close it, I guess. Sellers, property value requests, tax disputes. Okay. So we saved that PDF version of it there. Next thing that I'm gonna go through, looking at that, is to go to the RPR. And I don't remember if I showed this last time. The RPR version, like I tried using Cloud CMA, and I've got to do a little bit of work on that to get it to produce what I want. So at the RPR, it's going to give you the, sorry, is there a way I can move this? There we go. You have your AVM. Look, there's my car. How about that?
It says wrapped car.
Yeah, I got my face on. I got to get a new one. So I go to the CMA, and I'm not going to walk through all this for you, just as an example. You can do the sales comparison. You can see where I found the 6 comps. What's important about this is a lot of the agents, in a secondary video follow-up I did, was the agents would just screenshot the MLS, right? They just screenshot, here's 3 listings that sold in 2023, and send them. So I got a lot of questions of people asking me to explain that, like, what does this mean? How do I use it? And so I said, okay, here, let me send you the actual CMA. And we actually got 52 new leads, new leads in the database in our geo farm from doing this. A lot of them are disputing or protesting their taxes right now, so we're helping them along the way. But what people don't realize is when you go to get comps for the tax dispute, they can't be from this year, right? So it can't be 2023 comps because they went off of 2022 numbers. So you can come change your date range in here. You get your comps. Like I said, I'm not going to go through like how do you do a CMA. We can do that later if y'all want to, but it's important to get the comps and to do something like this. We won our dispute, by the way, very handily, because when you come here, it looks almost like an appraisal. And you can show the sales, you can show the sale dates of where each one was sold so that it's the 2022 that they're using. You can come make adjustments for bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, all that stuff. You get down to the bottom, and it can calculate, because I have 6 comps in here, because I wanted to, instead of 3, I wanted to show just how off they were at the actual value of the home. So that's what that part looks like. When we print it, we're going to create our report, and you have several options. I always do this valuation workbook. It's 74 pages. When you do that, it's a lot of information, not just about the houses, but it has pictures of all the houses. It has neighborhood statistics. It has our values going up, our values going down, etc. So when you put that in your evidence folder online, and you have to help people understand how to do this, right? When you put that in the evidence folder online, it's a lot when it's presented to the board who's looking at, oh, this person really did their homework. They really had a real estate professional explain to them how this works. It's a true value. So we'll run that report. While that report is running, I go create an email. And I'm just going to send it to me. Boom. Property valuation workbook, and that's what they asked for. That's what I called it. In Google Docs, I saved a template, and I can send this template as well. And I just can copy it every single time right into the email that I'm going to send to them. Change their name. So it's quick. You can do it, and you get good at this. You can do it in 10 or 15 minutes, especially if you're not presenting. So Paul, please find your property valuation attached and your CAD value. So I do both so they know where I'm getting my information. In this email, I don't want to read every word, but I think it's important. So I explained to them that the county has their property valued at this number. Your taxable value, the value you're paying tax on, is this number. Okay. My CMA valuation report shows your value is closer to this number. Then I can edit this next paragraph according to their situation. This is most of them. You should be able to protest, have your value changed to 412, but it likely wouldn't help since the tax on your property is only this. So explain to them, in other words, comparable sales would have to be below that to lower their tax burden. For me explaining that, I can't tell you how many responses I got from people saying that clears it up. Now I understand what everybody's telling me I should dispute, I shouldn't dispute, right? When you explain it this way, they now know that you are the expert, you're the expert in the area. The other agents that send them a screenshot of 3 sales and said, yeah, you should dispute it. Now you've given them a printout of their CAD, which most of them didn't know they could go online and do. They just got their letter. You gave them a 70-something page valuation workbook. You've explained why it's important and how they do it. In this paragraph here, if they can dispute it, I just edit the language. And then I explain in this next one what homestead means, and that they just almost in every situation went up the full 10%. And then here's where we got the most opt-ins. I can also send you my monthly market update for the neighborhood, going back to get your sphere and gear, doing that micro neighborhood search of stuff that's important to them.
Right.
Every single person said yes and opted into that. So everybody who sent me their name, address, and email said, yes, please add me to that list. So now I'm emailing them every month. I can see they're logging into the CRM, what changed, what homes sold. So having that email, and I can send this email to everybody if they want as well, or I can put it in the Facebook group. But
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, absolutely. But having that explanation there was, I think, what put me over the hump, right? To make people say, oh, it's not just every real estate agent in Ellis County right now posting, hey, you need to protest to give me your information. And it actually led to, once I explained how that worked, the couple in our neighborhood who's in our geo farm that we're doing, they called me like, well, we didn't get homestead, blah, blah, blah. So I went and talked to them. They actually want to move to the county because of the taxes. They're one of those $800,000 houses that wasn't $800,000 6 years ago. So they don't want to pay that tax. So now they're selling that house and moving to the county. So that's how I generated a lead or a listing lead just right off the bat.
Wow.
I'm going to make sure I catch everything and be respectful of time. So we went over the RPR, create the CMA, the email, you add them to your CRM, the monthly report. And then once they start responding there, we've added them to like our touch campaign, our sphere and gear. So mailing out our jar openers, our conversion charts, seeing them at the event. So they've opted into those as well. Any questions about that? And I will try to find the video.
You know what I love about this too is it's high leverage.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be the one doing it.
Nope. Once you have all that set up, and then when we needed to print them out, and then when we needed to do different comps because the county started kicking stuff back, I can send it all. I send it all to my wife. She works with me. She's our operations or director of operations. She can just go update it in that RPR. So now every time you run that report, like you saw mine, I didn't have to go back through everything. It's already set up. I can go adjust a comp or two or a price or two. So anybody can do it at that point. So you're exactly right. Especially once it's set up the first time, it's just rinse and repeat.
Yeah. So, hey, maybe I missed it too, but so when you did your video, you did it on Facebook?
So when I do video, I record it on my phone, then I go to CapCut and edit it. And then so I do like the closed caption. We have an outro, like call Paul, that has my information, which is my niece. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
But then you post it on Facebook or what?
Yeah, Facebook.
Did you do it as an
TikTok.
ad around your geographic farm or what?
No, so I have for the last 5 years not been able to run ads on Facebook. I'm blocked. And nobody can tell me why. I've been on the phone with them several times. They just keep saying, oh, send us your business information. We'll unlock it. And they never do.
That happened to me too. So, and finally it got unlocked. But
well, there's some hope there. Everyone I've talked to this point has said it's not worth fighting it. You can hire companies to do it, but it's going to cost you thousands of dollars and you just get blocked again. But the organic reach, I think, is just as good. Let me go back to my page. Here's your open house banner, my face in the car. Where's the video?
this is a great hook, especially with the video.
Yeah, people respond to video. And what I learned from doing video is even if they don't interact with you, they're still seeing it. I've met so many people out at events that tell me, hey, I saw you. I'm like it, share it, comment it on it on Facebook. Where is it?
And so how many people opted? How many leads did you get?
So we're helping 52 people dispute their taxes now. We got more leads than that. And that's just my Facebook page, the neighborhood we live in, a couple of friends and family who said, hey, you know, our agent or the agent in our neighborhood did this, that, or the other. So here we go, Lee.
So it's all people in Waxahachie, South Dallas area.
Yeah, mostly Ellis County. Well, I mean, my spheres, it's all over. So there's people in other counties. So Dallas County, Tarrant County, Johnson County, Navarro County, and Ellis County are really where I will do business or get the leads from. And each county,
every single one of them that raised their hand though wanted the home valuation.
Yes, they
like
all
your home buy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool.
Here, let me see if it's way bigger than mine. Does it cost that? So I called the taxing authority. Oh, this is the one. Make sure you hang on to your paper. Because they're having problems with their online stuff and their online numbers are wrong. They can't tell me how they're wrong, why they're wrong, when they're going to be corrected. But I do want to let everybody know, hang on to your paper. Don't throw that away. Because if they wind up going with those online numbers, you're not going to have a leg to stand on if you want to dispute it later. And you might want to go ahead and just file the dispute. That way you have it ready to go in case you need it. Hope that helps.
So what's the program you use to edit and do the outro?
That's my nephew's. Do what? I'm sorry.
The outro and the adding the closed caption and stuff. What program is that?
So it's CapCut. So I just record, and that's not the video that I did first. That's where we started realizing the letters didn't match the online information. So then we got more people saying, what does that mean? How do we do that? So that's what that video is. But anyway, I just record it literally on my phone. And then there's a couple that I've played with doing like TikTok and things. CapCut and InShot are the two that I've used. CapCut to me is the best, the easiest to do. And the outro my wife did. So she does video, she does marketing stuff. We've had all that discussion. So she put one of those Adobe softwares where she made the outro, recorded my nephews. We do the royalty-free music for bed tracks and things like that. So she added all that. So I just have that 10, 20-second clip. So in CapCut, when I've made my video, I try to keep them under 90 seconds so that they can go everywhere. If you want to do YouTube shorts, it's 60 seconds, so it'll get cut off. But I try to keep them to filming that, and then I just import the video to CapCut, and then you can add that outro. CapCut does all the closed caption. CapCut will let you do all the text. They have filters, and then you save the video, and then you can publish it anywhere. Did you ever do TikTok?
I have an account, but I've never done anything with it. No.
CapCut is basically the same software that TikTok uses. So now you don't have to create the video in TikTok and then save it somewhere else. You can create it in CapCut.
Cool.
Any questions about the video or how I know we're going long on time, but the email, how we do the tax reports, how we get that information.
I'd like to see the examples of the email and post them out there. The tax report, maybe post an example, and then and the email.
And if I'll go back and I'll get the original video and send that too.
Yeah, upload the video too. That'd be cool.
So email template, video.
Thanks, Paul.
Well, I think you could add a lot more leads too, right? If you could do an ad.
Yep, if you could run an ad. And then we just haven't been really intentional with it because I'm doing so much stuff. Like there's so many ways after every year when we do it, we're like, oh, next year we can do it this way and it'll be better and more opt-ins, like with the Mandy bot. Like I'm going to try that to send that to everybody. That's when I'm like, if you opt in, is it something we can create and send, or is it automated? So we're going to try that next year with it.
Automation is so cool, right? High leverage. Cool.
All right. Well, let me figure out how to unshare my screen and then you can take back over.
Anybody else? Any other questions for Paul or anything in general?
I'm just thinking this is something I need to put on my list to do in November. There's plenty of things on my June calendar, but this is really valuable. So maybe not today, but don't forget about it. Thanks, Paul.
Well, you've got like 50 something leads, right? And you've got one listing from this already.
Yep. And so it's for us that the values are going to go out in April. So I just have a reminder on the calendar and set it up in the CRM. Hey, it's the end of February. You need to send this email. You need to make this video. And then you get yours in the mail also. So I feel like the video is better if you can hold yours up and you tell people I'm doing this too. And then I did follow-up videos after we disputed it. A follow-up video, here's what they're going to ask you. Here's the two things I took away from it. Number one, make sure all your information is uploaded before your hearing. Number two, let the county go first, and then you can see what they're going to present and how you rebut it. And so that's a video that you're sending back out to people. So maybe they didn't even use you to get your value, but they're disputing it. And they're like, man, my agent didn't tell me none of that. So then like, why do we need to let the county go first? Well, let me tell you. So you're just adding value. You're helping people. You're creating value for people. That's all it's about.
And having that saved report, that RPR, it was 70 something pages, and that templated email that explains all that stuff to them, where they understand it. Now, I mean, and you just rinse and repeat, right? You just edit it slightly for each one, but you're really the expert. And I like that. Again, it's high leverage, and anytime we do something more than once, I think we should create templates and create systems for, just makes it easy. Cool. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, guys, we were
I
way
need some help with some ideas for events. That's it. I'll shut up now.
You want some ideas for events? That's what you want. Manny Petty, post it on the Facebook, post the question on the page, and see what everybody posts what they are doing, what events they've done. Mick is the party animal. I know he loves having parties and That's where he gets the majority of his leads and deals are from events. But yeah, it'd be cool to see what everyone is doing. All right, guys. Anybody have anything else? Any questions? Anything? We'll take off. It was kind of long today. I know. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you. Go kick ass rest of the week and have a fantastic week and let us know how we can help.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it.
See ya.